All right, it's time for a little upgrade to the Defender here. So I have been beating this thing up and dragging it across the rocks and rolling it down mountains, and everything has held up really, really well. However, I've been struggling a bit at times with the real low speed crawl on the thing. Sometimes I get in a spot where it just won't move until I give it a bunch of throttle and then it jumps forward. So after watching several guys install the Injora Roverin censored motor in their Traxxas 4Ms, I decided I am going to do that as well. So let me show you what we got here. Okay, so here we have our little Defender, and here's what's going in it. The Injora brushless motor, and it comes with the motor and the ESC, and you will not be able to plug this into your stock Traxxas receiver, so you're going to need a different receiver and transmitter. I have already installed a FlySky receiver and a FlySky controller now for this thing, so that part's all ready to go as far as I'm concerned, and I've got this thing ready to unbox and get installed in this. I've seen several people show me the results of putting one of these in, but not really go through the teardown process in great detail. So I'm going to do a little bit of that. Obviously we're going to take our battery out, and the battery has the Traxxas battery design for the connector with that kind of odd shaped connector. Injora does send us a female version of that with an adapter to this kind of plug, which is what's going to plug into power up our ESC right here, this orange plug. So that's how we're going to hook our battery up. And on my particular model here, I have installed the Traxxas 2-speed transmission here. I think I've showed this to you before, but this is the 2-speed transmission and motor that came with it. So when you buy the Traxxas 2-speed transmission, it comes with a different motor because the motor has to be kind of situated sideways to make room for everything here. Now I have kept the motor that came out in its place. So this is my stock motor. I did put a heat sink on it, and it looks like maybe that heat sink will fit on our Roverin motor, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to worry about it too much just yet, but I am going to have to take this transmission off because that's got to be what bolts up to this guy. So I'll take my transmission off there, keep it. I'll take my transmission and motor out here and set those aside for the next go around of stuff. This is the Traxxas dedicated receiver / ESC, and that's going to have to come out, and that will be replaced by this guy, which will be the Roverin ESC. And I have a new receiver from a Skyfly transmitter. So I bought a Skyfly G11P transmitter. It came with one receiver, and I bought a second one just so that I can have two vehicles running off that same transmitter. And so I've got a receiver, I'll have the new ESC, I'll have the new motor, I'll have this standard transmission, and at this point I will be plugging in my Traxxas battery using this adapter. Now I did buy a separate on-off switch, but this comes with one. So this has its own power switch, so that's good. And I've got a use for that second on-off switch because I also bought a little sound generator for this thing. So as part of all this, we're going to add a sound interface so that, you know, as we're running the throttle, we can make sounds of engines. So let's tear in and see how we do with this. All right, so there is our motor and transmission with the 2-speed transmission, and again you can see it's mounted sideways. So I'll have to pull my drive shafts off, but other than that, that's all we need to take off of there. Now you may notice something a little wonky here. This is a different bracket that comes when you buy that 2-speed transmission. So you have to put this guy in to go with the 2-speed. So obviously we're going to take it out. So we're going back to our single-speed transmission. And while we're taking stuff out, might as well take this guy out. Alright, I also did buy the ball bearing kit for this guy, and so as we're doing this, we're going to pull out these bushings and put ball bearings in their place. And I suspect one of these will be kind of easy, and the other two maybe not so much. So there's one of them. Just like that. Alright, well, I just discovered something that is not really mentioned in the installation instructions or anything, but I will show you what's going on here. Let's get this little tiny Allen wrench out of here. So that little grub screw that we put in the gear, that we put on the shaft of the motor, see if I can get it where you can see it. This little guy, got to flip that around so it's closer to the motor instead of closer to the end of the shaft, or it binds up with your gear. It has to run there when you're trying to drive it. So make sure you put the grub screw on the inside closer to the motor, or you'll sit here for 20 minutes trying to figure out why nothing will turn. let's see what we got now. As long as I kept the gear out a little ways from the housing, it would spin, but as soon as I pushed it all the way in where it needed to go, it would go a little bit of a turn and then it would just stop dead. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. And all of a sudden the light came on and I realized it was the grub screw in the teeth of the gear. So now if we put a shaft in there, let's make sure our bearing's in all the way. Now we can turn as we should be able to. So let's make sure everything works. That spins. That spins. It's the little things on these little things that will trip you up for sure. All right, it was a little tough to kind of film and build at the same time, so I just thought I'd show you kind of a wrap-up of how everything laid out in this thing with the Injora Roverin motor and ESC. So back here in the back, if I pull this up, I just Velcroed this guy down to the rear cross member here. This is where the old receiver is bolted in. Now, if you had a 3D printer, you could probably build yourself a fancy little holder for that. I just Velcroed it in, and I'm shoving it to one side when I stick it down so that I've got room to kind of tuck my battery connector in on the side. And what I've done with this battery connector is I've just I've zip stripped the adapter that goes from this more standard battery connection. I don't remember what this is called, but it's a standard battery connector that most everybody has, and this is the adapter that goes to the Traxxas one that everybody does not have except Traxxas. So I can still pull the battery out, charge it up, plug it back in, and more importantly, I can still use my Traxxas batteries without having to just toss them and get all new ones. I have just used some Velcro strip here to go around these cables just to tie them up a little bit, just because the nice thing I like about this is it's not as permanent as a zip strip, and if I decide that I want to include those cables in the run, I can do that as well. So you can kind of change your mind about the Velcro and redo it a couple times if you need to and get it how you want it. The battery or the on-off switch for the thing, I haven't really placed it anywhere, but I might cut a little piece of Velcro and put it right on top of the receiver right here just to kind of lock it in place. And then I've got my splitter cable in here into port 2 for our motor and our aftermarket sound, which I'll talk about in a different video. And then you can see down here on the bottom, there's our Injora motor. And what I've done is I've taken my receiver and just put a little piece of Velcro on the bottom of it with its counterpart hooked to the top of the transmission. So I'm basically just kind of sticking my receiver down to the transmission, so it's held in place. So basically I just want to make sure, you know, stuff isn't flopping all around too bad. So there you go. That's kind of how I've got mine as it all lays out at the end here. And by doing this, it's okay, you know, getting the body back on. Everything goes back in without too much trouble because I've kind of got everything out of the way, and off we go. So there you have it. Now I did run this thing on the floor here after I put everything together, and I'll show you the results. This thing is crazy fast. If you just jam the throttle all the way down, it'll do a wheel stand across the floor, which never did before with the Traxxas stuff in there. But you can see how it laid out. Not too bad. By having the receiver strapped down where it is, you know, you still have easy access to get the battery in and out. And I think this lays out pretty decent. So again, I could put a little bit more Velcro around some of these cables to kind of just smooth them up a little bit, tie them up. And if I really wanted to get crazy, I could cut them and crimp new shorter ones on. Now, I'm not that interested at this point in doing that. I mostly just want it up out of the way as we put the body back on. So that's how I did it.